The Department of Environmental Health revealed in a recent interview with WIV4 News that there are many health violations out there that we as customers need to be aware of. There is a rise in food safety violations by food stores in the Turks and Caicos, which is becoming a hazard for consumers according to Environmental Health. A number of issues that need rectifying immediately. Problems like expired foods being sold to customers. Improperly packaged items which, according to the department, can lead to a number of foodborne illnesses like pneumonia, nerve problems, meningitis, and even sporadic abortion. In an interview with the department's Food Safety and Program Coordinator, Carleen Atkinson, she tells more of this growing problem.
Laws such as the food hygiene laws in the Turks and Caicos and other Caribbean countries are developed based on these guidelines. And it states that food must come with specific coding information such as expiry dates, sell-by dates, or use-by dates. These dates have different meanings.
Atkinson said the sell-by date means a food is to be sold by the date inscripted on the packaging. The expiry date, according to the Environmental Health Department, is the actual shelf life on the food item.
There are other illnesses associated with foods that are unfit for human consumption. For example, cans that are leaking or bulging. We have an organism called Clostridium botulinum. And so most times when people see canned foods that have swollen, the cans are swollen, the ends of the cans are swollen, then they need to bear in mind that the process, the canning process probably was incomplete, and therefore this bacteria could have survived the process and would have, in its whole multiplication, would have created a gas, and in exchange would have caused the bulging.
Atkinson said with this case, complications with the vision and even death has been reported. She said the safety of food products is outlined in the Turks and Caicos food hygiene law.
Any person who is putting out food for sale shall, before offering any food for sale, ensure that any food which is unfit for human consumption is kept apart from any other food. It means then that if a retailer or person selling food goes against this regulation, it means that they can be charged. There's a fine of $500.
The food safety coordinator said that retailers found in contempt of these laws can either be asked to close down voluntarily or be shut down by the department until all requirements are met. The coordinator confirmed that there are many spoiled items entering the Turks and Caicos from the United States, as 94% of the food supplies for the TCI comes from that part of the world. Atkinson said recalled and blemished items have made their way to food shelves, and it becomes the responsibility of the consumer to verify what they buy.
We're also asking the retailers to ensure, or the importers, to ensure that they buy from reputable sources in the U.S. In the event that there is a need for, that we need to trace the products, then it must be that they have some amount of documentation, or their suppliers can be easily reached. Why I'm saying this is that we're not just concerned about the epidemiological aspect or the disease aspect of this whole situation.
Atkinson said not having reputable companies which retailers can purchase from can have a downside. As a comfort to retailers, Atkinson said that stores should contact the Environmental Health Department if they have encountered any problems with imported foods from the U.S. In other words, received any food item that was spoiled or expired. Department officials relayed to WIV4 News that a food safety program will come to the Turks and Caicos, in which the department will check all food items at the port to verify its safety.